Don't cry out loud. This is just the end of one season of the OC. We welcome you to the OC. Bitch one more time this season. Done.
What you say?
I told you that it's time to start the show.
That you only meant well.
Yeah, the show's gonna do well.
Of course you did. What you say?
I said let's go.
That it's all for the best.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like the best podcast.
What you say?
God, do I have to keep repeating myself?
Just what we need. You decided this.
Hold up, I thought we both decided to do this.
What did she say?
I said let's start the show.
Hey everyone, welcome to What You Say, an OC podcast. My name is Elise Daly.
And I'm Scott Daly.
And together, we're the Dailies.
Yes, this is the weekly podcast where normally we sit down and talk about an episode of the OC, but this week it's a very special episode where we're going to spend the whole time talking about the stuff we've already spent the last 27 episodes talking about.
We're wrapping it up,
We
Scott.
are discussing and concluding and moving on past season 1 of the OC.
Putting a nice big bow on that season 1 package.
Oh, it's such a beautiful bow.
And then passing it along.
What would the bow look like? What would the bow look like? This is important.
I'm picturing a really sparkly, like glittery bow.
Interesting. I was going to go polka dots.
The package is polka dot.
The package. What does
The
that
package
mean?
has polka dot wrapping paper all around it.
Oh, so you're imagining the thing the bow is in.
No. There's a bow on the outside of the box. You know when you wrap a gift, it has the box underneath.
Yes,
that's season 1.
I understand how
then
to wrap a
we've
gift.
been wrapping each episode up.
Okay.
So that's the paper, the polka dot paper.
Uh-huh.
And then it's a red and white polka dot paper.
Interesting.
And then we have a nice blue sparkly ribbon
Interesting.
that goes around, and it has it on all 4 sides.
It's very patriotic.
And then it has a very big bow on top.
So there's this thing that's happening right now. Elise is standing up right now. She's doing some standing.
My lower back.
Some standing podcasting.
I've been sitting down a lot today.
I don't know if I like it because to look up in your eyes, I feel like, I don't know. And I think I need to move my mic because my mouth is looking upwards to crane
You don't have to
up
look
to
at me.
see
It's
you.
fine.
No, I do.
No, you don't have to look
We
at me.
lock eyes. Like
Is that better?
Yeah, so much better. All right, Elise, but that's what we're doing. It's going to be a weird episode. It's going to be different.
It's not going to be weird. It's going to be good.
It's going to be weird as shit.
Positivity.
Weird as shit.
Scott, half glass full. I mean,
Half
my
glass
orange
full.
juice is almost empty.
Half glass full. What?
It's a fourth a glass full.
Half glass full.
Mm-hmm.
Glass half full.
Half glass full.
Half glass full.
Mm-hmm.
Full glass half. Can you just move on to the Rosies and Thornies section, please?
Yeah, so we're actually going to do this section kind of throughout the entire episode. So the Rosies and Thornies is the part where Scott and I, we look back on the week. We pick the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, the Rosies and the Thornies, as we like to say. And so this week we're going to start off with the Rosies and Thornies of our lives and then move into the Rosies and Thornies of season 1, the OC. So first we're going to remind everybody that we're just normal people. We're normal people with normal everyday things. I mean, like, we don't just do this for a living. We've got other things that go on.
Oh, God, we don't do one.
You know, it's not 1 hour just stretched out throughout the entire week.
We exist beyond the scopes of this podcast.
We do. I know that's hard to believe for some people.
Where
but
are you going with this?
It's just saying we're letting them into our lives.
Oh, so you weren't going anywhere with
No,
it? Okay.
nowhere.
Will you start your thorn, please?
Yeah, so a normal thing that everyday people, everyday podcasters do.
Just a couple of humans doing the things.
We gotta clean. This week I had to clean. I just don't like doing it.
That means,
I don't know. I couldn't think of something really good.
You know what that means? It means like we're admitting how not often we clean.
How cush our lives are.
We admitting
that things such as cleaning are the worst thing that we could do in a week.
Yeah, but it just means we don't do it very often. We're admitting that we live in filth. No,
I've
we
cleaned
don't.
for the past 2 weeks in a row.
Babe, I'm looking around this room. There's poop.
Well, yeah,
on the
I don't
walls.
clean your room in here because this is your responsibility.
Poop on the floor.
There's no poop on the
There's
walls or poop on the
dust.
floor. There's probably poop in your pants.
We did just eat dinner.
Yeah.
This is a good dinner, though.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome.
So your thorn is that you had to clean. That's your thorn. You had to clean.
Yeah.
You had to clean, and you're not happy about cleaning.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool.
Can we hire a cleaning service?
No, we cannot.
Okay, well then I'm going to continue to have this thorn throughout the rest of my life.
That is fine. I will never, ever, ever pay.
You are the cause of my thorn.
I don't care if I am Jeff frickin'... Is it Jeff Bezos? Yeah.
Yes, it's Jeff Bezos.
I don't care if I'm that guy. I'm not paying people to clean my house.
I will pay people to clean our house. Okay.
Where are you going to get the money for that?
From my job.
Okay, touche.
Yes.
My thorn is... It's even worse than having to clean. If you can believe it. If you can believe...
I can't even believe this is your thorn, Scott. I mean, like, who are you?
Babe, there's too much TV on.
No, there's not. There's just
too
the right
much.
amount.
No, there's too much TV.
I thought you meant like you watched too much TV.
No, I can't watch enough TV. That's my thorn, is I want to watch more.
Is this because of all the new shows that have started recently?
Yeah, there's so many new shows.
Okay, you gotta name them off. Go for it, Scott.
I can't even do
The
it.
Outsider.
Yeah,
Hunters.
great show. Okay show.
I'm not okay.
Great show.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with this.
Yeah. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Love is Blind.
Wait, no. Fuck that show. There's like 20,000 million shows coming out this month, and there's just no way I'm gonna be able to watch them all. I can't keep up.
That's what the summer is for, Scott.
Keep up.
That is what the summer is
the
for.
summer is for new shows coming out.
No, new shows don't come out in the summer.
Where have you been the last
I've
10 years?
Been here. Well, I've been in this house for a few years. I was in Dallas for a few years.
A bunch of shows come out in the summer. A bunch of shows.
Some.
There's too much TV, and I don't like it anymore because I want to watch it all, and I don't have time, and it makes me very mad.
Can't believe you're complaining about too much TV. I'm not going to be.
You're complaining about cleaning.
I'm not going to be complaining about too much TV. I'm going to be excited that My Rosie is one of my shows that I enjoy. We just found out who the new Bachelorette is, and it's very controversial.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is it controversial?
Because she's been in, let's see here.
Because she's 40 years old.
Well, she's 39, and she's been on 4 different Bachelor shows. She was on The Bachelor. She was on BIP. She was on BIP again, and then she was in Bachelor Winter Games, where she actually got engaged to Benoit. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh.
No.
I felt like you watched Winter Games with me.
I did not. Do you remember that? Even if I had watched it, I would not remember it. Yeah, so that's you're happy. You said it's controversial. Is it controversial to Elise Daly? Are you pro this decision?
I'm pro Claire Crawley. I like Claire. Now, as I was reflecting on this decision, no, she has no children.
Huh.
She does frustrate me at times when she talks. And so we're just going to have to see how that goes, because I know she's going to have to do a lot of talking on this show.
I'm sure that won't be a problem.
But, you know, the reason they picked her, she's drama. She is drama all day, all night. Drama.
She is the personification of drama.
Yeah, but she's beautiful. She's fun. But, you know, we'll see.
Like, everyone knows that the best Bachelorette is Hannah Brown, and they're never going to find a better one. So they should just stop trying and cancel the show.
They tried,
forever.
And she said no.
Yeah, because she knows she's better than them. And
because
she's
they
like,
weren't going to pay her enough money.
Y'all. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I'm Hannah B. I'm dancing with Sean Spicer for some reason.
Yeah. Well, let's move on, Scott. What is your rose for this week?
My rose for this week is my friends came into town this weekend. Sorry.
Let's change that.
I apologize.
Thank you.
It's still, it's the old being single life. You forget. Yeah. Our friends came in town this weekend. These are 2 of our friends that used to live up here. They moved down to Austin 4 years ago. They have 1 child and 1 on the way, so we don't get to see them as much anymore because we're very busy and they're even more busy than we are. But I
believe that the term would be busier.
Whatever. They came into town this weekend for a concert, and they left their son with us while they were going to the concert, so we got to babysit overnight.
Smart move.
Well, there was some poop problems, but
everyone has poop problems.
I read it. I read this in a book once. You ready?
What?
It turns out everybody poops.
Everybody poops sometimes.
It's true. When you're right, you're right. All right. So we got to we got to hang out with my friend and see his kid who we hadn't seen for like a year.
Yeah, about a year.
Um,
He's so big. He's
he
so
is
cute.
a little 2-year-old little guy.
Very well behaved.
Did not get along with our little puppy dog. Our little puppy dog is a little intense for children.
There's that, and then there's the fact that we just so happen to help them discover that he's allergic to dog licking.
Oops.
Not hair,
Saliva.
but when the dog licks.
Saliva.
Yeah.
Dog saliva. Who knew? Our dogs are very licky dogs.
Yeah.
So that was a fun experience. But
You're welcome.
Besides that stuff, it was a fun weekend. I enjoyed seeing them. We're actually going down to Austin next month to see them. So
Yep, it'll be good.
it's going to be good. I'm excited about it. It was a good time. Glad I got to see them. So that is this Rosies and Thornies. Let's move into that show we talk about, theorangecounty.com.
Season 1 of The OC was created by Josh Schwartz and written and directed by a whole bunch of talented men and women, but mostly men. It originally aired from August 2003 through May 2004.
Wow.
All 27 episodes.
All 27 episodes.
You know, shows just aren't that long these days.
They are not. I don't think a show has ever been that many episodes. That's a lot. I looked this up. Apparently, like, they ordered more. Like, I guess they needed to fill some time or something, so they ordered, like, 27 was not in the original episode order.
It's probably 22, 23.
Yeah, I mean, that's normally what it is, and they needed more for whatever reason. I don't understand. Whatever. They needed more episodes. They ordered more episodes.
Okay.
Boom, got it.
Way to go.
So
Scott's going to do a summary of the entire season, guys. The whole season in 1 30-second time frame. So,
you ready?
I'm going to put 30 seconds on my timer. So you tell me when you're ready, and I'm going to press this start button.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready
Okay.
to go.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
A bunch of rich people invite a poor boy to live with them, and he does a bunch of stupid stuff. And then some people aren't quite as stupid, but most of them are pretty stupid. Then some of them fall in love, and some of them fall out of love, and then they fall back in love. And then some people get married, some people get knocked up, and then everyone's kind of miserable at the end.
Scott, you've got 18 more
I'm
seconds.
Done.
You're done? Okay.
I fucking nailed that.
Okay. You did a good job, Scott.
It's like that was my job right then. That I just
feel
did that.
like, yeah.
I should get an award. If there's do we have awards? I'm gonna add. We have an award section at the end of this episode. I'm gonna add best host.
Of course, you're going to give an award to yourself.
Best host, and we'll just find out a little bit later who won that one.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, Elise, let's talk about. So, first of all, before we move into our Rosies and Thornies of the episode, I want to talk to you about season 1 as a whole. I want to talk to you. This is probably the first time you've sat down and watched season 1 from beginning to end in a long time. More than 4 years, because I've known you that long.
It was a nighttime show for a while, but it's fine.
How dare you? Just answer the question. What did you think going through this season again? Did anything change? Did your opinion of the show change? Did it stay basically the same? Did the people you hated stay hated? The people you liked stay liked?
Yeah.
No wisdom.
That stayed the same.
You're a 30-year-old woman now. No wisdom gained that realized nothing. It's all the same person.
I think it's about the same.
Well, that's like the most boring answer you could possibly give.
I enjoy Sandy more throughout the years and Seth more throughout the years. I just like those two personalities. I became increasingly more frustrated with Ryan, I guess, this go around. He's just awful. Let's see. What else? So season 1, it's not the best of all the seasons. They do have some good... no.
Interesting.
They do have some good episodes, but, I think that all in all, they do a good job of establishing the characters and the family and, a lot of the relationships and dynamics that then they build upon that. So I don't feel like there's as much like foundation, that has to be laid, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
And so I felt like that was a lot of what this season was. And so by the end of this season, they finally brought together all 3 of those like main families into one. And so they're just like continually using that throughout the rest of the show.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I loved a lot of the show. I really did. I mean, there were moments that like just really worked for me. Like they're like you sat there and watched it with me. You knew the moments that I got emotional and reacted and got excited and silly. It's obviously not the best written show in the world. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of it is just very basic, like early 2000s teen stuff.
Yeah.
And it's very standard and typical in that regard. But there's moments in the show of I don't want to say brilliance, that's too much, but there's moments of the show where I'm like, this is really smart, and it's really clever, and it's very, very funny. And that's how I feel about the show going into the second season. It's very funny, and I enjoy. It's really hard to capture the humor of the show on this podcast because it would just be us like repeating jokes the whole time, and that's not. Nobody wants us to do that.
No.
So we haven't done that as much, but it's a very, very funny show, and I enjoy the funnies. It's a lot of Seth goofs.
The funnies are good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's my season 1 opinion. Good goofs.
Okay. Good goofs. So now, Scott,
Let's move
what
in.
we've done is we
Oh.
have taken 4 different categories of the entire show, and then we decided to have a rose and a thorn of each different category. So we're going to walk through our rosies and thornies as far as episodes go for season 1. Our rosies and thornies as far as storylines
Now
go.
explain to me what is the difference between episodes and storylines, because I think this is
Well,
important.
and a storyline could go throughout multiple episodes.
But an
you
episode
know?
cannot go. Wait. Yes. I was trying
An
to reverse
episode will
that.
not go throughout multiple storylines.
That is
You're
true.
correct, because it is one episode.
Well, it could.
So,
I mean, one
it's
episode
one
could have multiple storylines
episode.
going through it.
yes.
Why are we confusing ourselves?
Anyways,
Continue.
so we have episodes, we have storylines, we have our rosies and thornies of our main characters that are in the title sequence, and then we have our rosies and thornies of our minor characters. And then Scott decided to add something at the end, which I'm sure some people will like. We also have the
Wow.
award that we are going to give away for the relationship of the season, which I can't help to see. I guess we're both going to get to see who we would give this to and see if it's the same.
I mean, I think we both know who the answer is. I want it to be
You
a
just didn't wanna
surprise to
write
both
it?
you. I want us to count down from 5 and say it at the same time
Okay.
and see if it's the same people.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
All right, so we're going to start with our rosies and thornies of the episodes from season 1. So my thorny episode from this entire season was the episode called The Outsider.
Now, which episode was this?
Episode The Outsider was when Ryan worked at the lobster restaurant and that guy Donnie had invited him to a party.
Johnny.
And he just got everyone into a heap of trouble. And then,
Johnny pulled out a gun.
yeah,
And that was too soon in
Yeah.
the show to be doing zany shit
Yeah.
like that.
I just didn't like it. I mean, like, you think about that episode and you think about where the season ended. If that was removed, who cares?
Nobody cares.
You
Nobody
know?
cares. Nobody cares about Donnie.
So it was not an impactful episode to anything that, like really had long lasting effects in the season. So I just didn't like it.
So just cut it out.
Yeah, just cut it out.
Eliminated
It's
it.
my thorny.
You're out. You're out.
Yep. So
Wanna
what was
know
your thorny
my
episode?
Thorn, the worst episode
do. I
of
wanna
season
know.
1. The worst episode of season 1 is episode 20 called The Telenovela.
Yeah, I almost picked this one actually.
This is the one where the Teresa plot really starts ramping up, where Ryan is kind of torn between his love of Marissa and this attraction to Teresa, his old life. And I think it's like the first one after the Oliver stuff, which as much as I hated Oliver as a character, I liked Oliver as a plot device. And we talked about this when we were doing the episode, that like in between them ramping up a new storyline and the Oliver storyline ramping down, they just didn't have anything interesting to do. And this is one of those episodes that just feels like it's spinning its wheels a
Yeah.
little bit. I think this is right before or right after Seth and Summer hook up for the first time. I think it's right after Seth and Summer hook up for the first time. So like the glow of like the will they won't they of the Seth and Summer stuff is gone. So it's just not, it's just not as fun.
You just didn't like it?
I just didn't like it. Just
Okay.
did not like it. The telenovela, although I loved the part in that episode where Seth is explaining what a telenovela is. That part was very funny.
Because everyone wondered, why is this entitled The Telenovela? Because
Sure.
some people don't.
Don't know what a TV
Read.
novel is. They don't
Yeah.
know. They don't know.
Yeah.
All right, Elise, what is the best episode?
Well, of course, guys, the best episode has the best in it. It is the best Christmas ever because Seth's invention of this holiday, where just like his parents were married together, their holidays are married together to make it one big happy festive occasion.
Indeed.
And I think I said this back whenever we recorded it. I love the Chrismukkah episode because the Chrismukkah episode repeats during the seasons, and each episode that the Chrismukkah one happens is one that I always enjoy. And without this establishment of what the Chrismukkah is, would we not be able to do the Chrismukkahs that will be. Therefore, the best episode of season 1, and perhaps the best episode of each season, is the Chrismukkah.
Wow, Elise, you've got me very excited for future Chrismukkahs.
Oh yeah, you cannot let the Chrismukkah fail.
Okay.
Anyways.
Okay.
What do you think is the best episode, Scott, of the season 1?
My Rosie, my favorite episode of season 1 is episode 10, The Perfect Couple. This is the first episode in which Marissa has chosen Ryan over Luke, rejected Luke and started dating Ryan. This is also the one where Caleb and Julie are really starting to date, and it's the one that takes place on Caleb's yacht. And the reason why it's my favorite episode is because this is really the first instance in the show where the Seth and the Summer of it all start happening.
She goes,
kisses him.
I like Seth Cohen.
I like Seth Cohen, and then storms off, and then like threatens to kill him if he tells anyone. And so I love that plot line. I actually really, in retrospect, looking at where they went with Sandy for the rest of this season, I actually really enjoyed the Sandy with his coworker plot line thing, like the temptation of the infidelity in the marriage plot line, which I didn't like as much at first, but looking at like how they really didn't have anything left for him to do for the rest of the season that I thought was interesting at all, I enjoyed that plotline. And that's really like, I think that's the end of that plotline, right? Is when he rejects her advances to go to the boat party. I'm pretty sure that's when that happens.
I think so. Rachel. Ugh.
Yeah, and there's this like I'm mixed on Marissa and Ryan's relationship, but this episode has the best Marissa moment, which is she stands in the front of the yacht party and exposes Julie's lie. And I love when Marissa is just talking smack about her mom and publicly embarrassing her mother. That's like my favorite shit ever.
You know, and I'm going to call you out on that one day. You
why?
like when children do that to their parents.
Oh, yeah. Well, I like when fictional children do that to fictional parents. If you're listening to this, my children, 10, 20 years from now, don't do it.
I encourage you to do that to your father.
No, that feels weird to be called your father. That's weird. That makes me uncomfortable. Let's move on.
Okay. Never again. All right. So we are now going to move into our Rosies and Thornies storylines of the show.
Indeed.
So my Thorny storyline was carried up into many different episodes, and you know what? Hey, probably going to be carried into a couple more. But it is Teresa and Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I had to pick my least favorite character, I forgot, you know, even though I think I was talking to you about this when we were not recording, even though I hate Oliver gives me a very clear reason to hate him, that I don't mind him as much as I mind Teresa. But Teresa and Ryan is just like, Ryan, you don't even know. I think I talked about this last episode. You don't even know if it's your kid. You're throwing away your life. Teresa, you don't even know if it's his kid. You're letting him throw away his life. Like, what a good friend is that? You know, if you think that this is your kid's dad, then don't you want the best for him so that then you can be able to have the best for your kid? It's just absolutely horrible. I hate Teresa. I hate Teresa and Ryan. Really, I think that the common thread is just that I don't like Ryan. But, you know, it's fine.
I would vote for Ryan and Marissa over Ryan and Teresa.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
Like, yeah.
And I don't even like Ryan and Marissa.
No, I don't either. But we believe me, we're going to have more to say about Teresa as the show goes on. So we ain't done with that yet. But no, I agree with you there. I don't think that's a very interesting plot line. I think it bogs down this, like, there's this part, like, from episode, I guess it's episode like 20 on, where it just like feels like pulled down by the weight of this, they're trying really hard for this Marissa, Teresa, Ryan love triangle, and it's just not working.
And you just have to think, like, what are they trying to teach you by this? We already know that Ryan makes poor choices when it comes to women, and that he will throw away whatever he has going for him in order to save someone. Because that's what they did with Marissa. So why are they doing it again with Teresa.
I don't know what Ryan learns out of any of this.
Maybe
Like,
this is where like they had the extra season
Could be.
episodes added on. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, what could we do? Let's just bring Teresa back.
there are definitely a few episodes in there where it feels like they're just the classic padding episodes. So I think you're absolutely right.
Treading
there.
water.
Yeah, yeah.
What is your Thorny storyline from this season?
I surprised myself when this jumped into my head when I thought about it, because my least favorite storyline in this season of the show is Sandy and Jimmy's restaurant. I hate it. I think it is just it's nothing. It does nothing. It goes nowhere. It doesn't resolve anything. So I loved it at the beginning because it's like there was this tension and awkwardness between Jimmy and Sandy because of his wife, and the kiss that happened early in the season, and like there's this beautiful moment where they like bond and they become actual friends and they like each other as friends, and then they're gonna go into business together. And then the show took that and just did nothing with it. It just did nothing. It just sat there until it was the point, and then as soon as it's time for the restaurant to open, the show was just kind of like, we're done with that. And it just resolved it in like the most like the Caleb resolution to that thing, while interesting on the Caleb Sandy thing, it just bored me. It just wasn't interesting. I didn't enjoy it at all. Nothing in the restaurant plotline does anything for me at any point.
Well, since we just don't like those things, can we move on to things that we do like?
Sure, let's do
And
it.
I
What
think-
did you like?
Well, as I was looking, my rose or yours builds on mine. So
Sure. Let's do it at the same time.
Let's do it at the same time?
We tried
Okay.
not to double up, but I couldn't not pick this.
because I absolutely love the Seth and Summer dynamic. I think that is a very strong relationship on the show, and they have great chemistry together as actors, and it's fun to watch. And I think I enjoy the development of Seth from the beginning all the way through the end. Well, not the very last episode, because he is just a little immature boy at the very end episode.
Yeah.
But it's just really fun to see him get his confidence
Cohen.
with the women. And then, he's got Summer finally now, and they work through some relationship things. And so it's a storyline that I like just because I like the couple. I believe the couple.
Yeah. And I'm with you on that one. I love Summer, and so my rose, instead of talking about just, I want to talk about the love triangle with Anna. Anna's a character that I like a lot. I think I would like Anna more if they didn't posit Anna as the thing standing between my sweet Seth and Summer relationship. So I think looking back, knowing that they get together for sure and Anna loses, I think looking back on Anna, I am much more sympathetic to her as a character. I like her a lot more. And in retrospect, I really do like the dynamic in that love triangle. I thought it was a very, unlike the Teresa, Marissa, Ryan one, I think the Seth, Summer, Anna one, it just felt a little bit more believable to me. Like I got it. I got why Seth would be torn between these two women. Like I actually understood and believed that feeling that he had.
Well, if you think about it too, they're both appealing to different aspects of the same person,
exactly.
where Marissa and Teresa are the same person from just two different places.
It's not even, I mean, I want to save my Teresa rant for a bit, but it's not even, Teresa is not a person, babe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll hear that later.
Yeah, but I loved that whole thing, and I loved how it resolved. I didn't list it as one of my favorite episodes, but the Anna Leaves Town episode, definitely in the top 5 of me of the season. I loved the end of that. I thought
was
that
a
was
good one.
fantastic. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely something I enjoyed, and I think the show lost a little bit after she left. Like, I still really enjoy the Seth and Summer relationship. I've enjoyed the trials and tribulations they've had. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them are, I just like, they're stupid. But I did think it lost a little something with Anna, and my hope for season 2 is they find a way to spice up the Seth and Summer stuff without just introducing a new character that's going to be a new love interest, because that's the easiest way to spice up and bring conflict to a relationship, is to just bring another corner back on that triangle.
Okay.
We'll see.
We shall see.
Yeah.
I guess you shall see, because I already
shall.
know.
I shall.
Okay, so now we're going to move into our characters, our title sequence characters, the ones that we like the least and the ones that we liked the most. So my Thorny from the
title sequence character, you just mean character
main
that appears
characters.
in the title sequence.
Yeah.
Like, so main character.
Basically main characters. So my least favorite is Marissa.
Ouch.
I hate Marissa. It makes poor choices over and over again, plays the pity card, ruins people's lives, and I'm just over it. I'm just over it.
Yeah. And I mean, the show sets up the end as that she's going to kind of regress to her alcoholic tendencies, which, I mean, I think I called that coming because it's just too easy of a well to go back to. When you have a character that has a drinking problem, it's just very easy to go dip back into that well anytime you need to start use the same word again, but spice up the conflict. So yeah, I mean, she's definitely not my favorite. I'm trying to think of whether I would put her above Ryan or below Ryan. They're as far as main characters, they're pretty comparable to me.
Yeah, I actually almost put Ryan. It was a toss-up, but
I wish
maybe he has some other things going for him.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the show would punish Ryan when he acts like a shit. That's what I wish. Like, I would like. Here's the thing: is like when I'm looking at this thing, I don't like a character like Oliver. Like, is designed to hate, right? Like that's like you're supposed to hate that character, and therefore, like, I don't think I'd ever put them on my worst list because I'm like, if I'm hating that character, that's the show succeeding in what it's doing. But like, I'm supposed to really be concerned about Ryan and Marissa's relationship. That's like you could argue is the cornerstone of the show.
And you know what?
And I just don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah.
If it's over, hallelujah.
Yeah. It's like that. It's
hallelujah.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I think I'd probably put Marissa below or put Ryan below Marissa, but I'm with you on that. They're not my worst character in the title sequence.
Okay, so who's yours, Scott?
My least favorite character in the title sequence is Jimmy Cooper.
Let's just get rid of the Coopers.
Yeah. Here's my problem with him. He's nothing. He's nothing. What is his point in the series? Like, I understand he's Marissa's father. I understand he kind of motivated the Julie Cooper thing. He's got some drama with Kirsten and Sandy, but he's always he's not a human. He's the conflict instigator. And I don't know. He just kind of bores me. I thought maybe with the Haley and Jimmy relationship, it would make him a more interesting, well-rounded character.
Nope.
And there are times when I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him when he's losing his daughter because she's going to go live in the McMansion with her evil stepfather.
And you know what I have to say about that?
What's that?
Man up, Jimmy, and do something about it instead of sitting down and letting everything happen to you.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just, and I think that it probably ties into my hatred of the Lighthouse plotline because that was his real thing throughout the second half of the season.
Yeah, it was.
And I didn't like that, and therefore I don't like him. So yeah, I'm Jimmy. Don't like him. Yeah. Don't like him.
You know who I like though, Scott?
Who is your favorite character?
I don't think it's a surprise to anybody that my favorite is, on the count of 3, we'll say it together. Everyone that's listening. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Seth Cohen! Pokemon. Yeah. Pokemon's not even in the show.
I meant to say Pikachu, and now that makes me sound like an old ass man because I can't even think of the name of a Pokemon.
You're an old man. So
love Seth Cohen.
I love Seth Cohen. Seth Cohen is, I've said this before, it's just like the epitome of my perfect man. That's why I married you, Scott, because you are Seth
honored?
Cohen. Yes. I'm looking at all of your movie shelf. I'm looking at your comics. I'm looking at your little toys. I mean,
I don't have comics up there. Do I? No. I don't read comic books.
Yeah, you read comic books. I just love you. He's a nerd in the best sense.
Thank you, baby.
And I love Seth Cohen.
I love you, Elise, aka Summer.
I mean, I would say Seth can do no wrong, but I've seen him be awful, and so I don't want to say that. But maybe it'll get better, right, Scott?
Yeah, he's a teenage boy.
Yeah,
and teenage
he's got
boys,
some learning to do, learning and loving.
Notoriously stupid.
Yeah, it's true. You're probably stupid when you were Seth's age too.
Oh my god, I'm still stupid.
Yeah, I know.
You kidding me?
I know you are. Okay, Scott, we've already solidified the fact that we hate the Coopers because both of our Thornies were Coopers. And I think we're going to solidify the fact that we love the Cohens.
We do love the Cohens because
Because-
I picked Sandy Cohen as my favorite character on the show. Sandy is my Rose. He is the Rose of the show. Sandy Cohen. What is there to say about Peter Gallagher's Sandy Cohen besides Captain fucking America?
And you know what?
What?
If we didn't have the Sandy and who he was, we wouldn't be able to have the Seth, who I love.
My
so
favorite
these two
character
people,
created your favorite character
I mean, fictionally, yes.
through sexual intercourse.
Yes.
There was Jizz.
I mean,
He came out of there.
fictionally for the show,
Yeah.
yes. Yes. Peter Gallagher did not actually father Seth Adam
As
Brody.
far as we know.
No, we know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
I almost put Summer in this spot. In fact, I wrote Summer down first, and it didn't
We've
feel
already
right.
talked
to me.
about her,
It
and
didn't
you
feel
love
right to me.
Sandy.
I love Summer. And the most shocking thing about the show to me is I was convinced that the little bits and pieces I saw back when I was in college and how much I loved Rachel Bilson were literally just the result of a extremely 18-year-old boy seeing an extremely beautiful woman, which
that too, but
even at 34, still definitely that. But I also really just love her as a character. But you know who I love more? Sandy Cohen.
I know.
I just do. I just do. Sandy.
It's hard to not love those
It's
eyebrows.
those beautiful eyebrows. It's
Yeah.
those beautiful eyebrows.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our minor characters.
All right.
Those characters who are not in every episode or almost every episode, not in our title sequence. We saw them for a time, we said goodbye. And as far as the Thorn goes, we're glad we said goodbye.
Indeed.
So the
Who's your
character,
least favorite character, Elise?
I had a toss up, but I finally chose Oliver just because I hated him. I loved to hate him though.
I do
But
too.
I hated him.
That's why I can't get on board with this, Elise. I disagree. I disagree.
Well, I couldn't very well put the same person you were going to put.
That's fair. But no, I hate Oliver too. But I love that I hate Oliver. I love the Oliver section of this story.
It's just he makes me unhealthy whenever I watch because it just hurts. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing.
That's just good writing.
and
baby.
I understand that. And I say, way to go. But it's not healthy for me. And so I have to say that I'm glad that he leaves.
Yeah.
And so he's my Thorny.
I don't know if we ever talked about this on the show, but at some point in my head, I decided that Oliver was definitely going to come back.
Yeah, you
and I don't know why like maybe I just like got confused or like I remembered something that was wrong. I don't know. I
know
was
what?
convinced for a very long time
Season 1's over. He doesn't come back.
that Oliver was going to come back, and
never
he doesn't.
comes back.
And I think that's good. I don't think you need to bring Oliver back. I think he served his purpose and he can go away.
and his effects are lasting.
Indeed. We're still suffering from
Still,
them.
yes.
A baby might be created because of the effects of
Yeah,
Oliver.
way to go, Oliver.
Speaking of a baby,
Yeah, that's what I was going to use myself. Way to go.
my least favorite character is Teresa. And that's because, like I said before, Teresa's not a character. Here's a little a little activity for you.
Okay.
Describe Teresa without referring to how she looks to me.
Bland.
Who is she?
She's a childhood friend. Who?
What is she like? What does she like to do? What kind of things does she enjoy?
She's a leech.
I mean, like, in all seriousness, I thought of those questions and I don't have answers to them. I don't know what Teresa likes to do. I don't know what Teresa
Men.
likes. I don't like. She's just a thing,
She likes to have people take care of her.
but not even because there's all this conflict that revolves around this woman, and they didn't bother to create a person for her. Like if if I didn't like the person that she was, if they had created a human being that I like saw some semblances of character in, I could at least be like, I get it. I don't get why Ryan likes her. I don't get it because there's nothing there. And if I don't get why our main character likes someone that's causing conflict, I have nothing to latch myself onto.
Guess that's
She's
true.
so boring. I hate her. And I don't want to hate her because it could be because the idea on paper, right? Person from Ryan's past returns complicate his new life in Richville.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea. It's a lot of...
And they could complicate the life without having to have a romantic relationship.
Right. Well, and I think it brings into conflict like Ryan's past and the poor choices he's made in his past and his attempts to right those choices and make a different path for himself, and show how like they kind of did with Donnie at the beginning, where Donnie was supposed to be like this character that points out how Ryan still doesn't feel like he fits into this world. He feels different. He feels like he's not a part of this world. And that is what a character like Teresa could do, but that is not what they chose to do with the character.
Yeah.
And I just,
We're done. Well, at least my character's gone. Yours is probably going to be in some of season 2, so I guess we'll just have to deal with her for longer.
If we boot up season 2, and Teresa is on those opening credits, I quit. I quit the show. I quit it.
Well, you know who I wish was on the opening credits?
Who's that?
Anna.
Is that your Rose? That's your favorite side
Samara
character?
Armstrong. I loved her. I think I just liked her because I feel like we could have been friends.
Yeah.
You know?
I would. That's definitely a character I would like to be friends with.
I would like to hang out with her.
Yeah, she'd be fun to hang out with. She'd have a lot to say, a lot to talk about. We could talk about all the nerdy stuff we watch because we should probably watch all the same movies.
We could go to concerts together, go to movies together, just hang out. I wouldn't play video games with her, but you probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
She'd be a great friend.
The Final Fantasy VII remake demo just came out tonight, and I'm going to play it after you go to bed.
No, you're not.
And
you're going to go to bed when I go to bed.
And Anna would stay up and play that demo
at
with
10
me.
o'clock.
You're going to be asleep before 10 o'clock.
I got to watch The Bachelor.
So that's Anna's your favorite.
Yep. Who is your favorite?
This is another one of those things where I sat down and I went to think of who it was, and I surprised myself by who I wrote down.
I like him too.
Because my favorite minor character, my Rose, is Caleb Nickel.
He's a fun one.
He is such a fantastically wonderful jackass. Like, I forget who that actor is.
He's also the dad in Lost.
Yeah, that's what, like, he's perfect.
He's just great at that type of role.
Yeah, what's his name? Let me look up his name here. Alan Dale. Alan Dale. He's perfect in that role. In that just smarmy, thinks he's better than you, asshole role that doesn't get along with anyone.
They're really bothering me.
There's a bug in our recording studio, and Elise is walking away from the microphone to swat at it for some reason.
There's 2, and I want to kill them because I think they're mosquitoes, and then they'll bite me when I'm sleeping.
Why don't we wait till we're done with the show?
They're gonna bite us on the face, and then we're gonna have mosquito whelps on our face, and then we're gonna get West Nile, and then not only are we gonna have West Nile, but the West Nile is gonna turn into the coronavirus, and we're gonna get the COVID-19, and then we're gonna die.
The West Nile is gonna turn into the coronavirus.
Yeah, because who knew mosquitoes carry it?
Can we wait
you
till
heard
the
it here first,
till
guys.
the show's over
until we get the corona. Sure.
So yeah, that's my favorite. It's Caleb. Caleb is delightful.
Okay, Scott. Now we have your awards for this entire season.
For the first annual edition of Scott's Superlatives, the awards that he gives out because he won no superlative awards in high school. Woo woo! What?
I did for my drill team.
Of course you did. Of course you did. That's because you're Summer. That's because you're Summer and I'm Seth.
I got most
and Seth
friendly.
Does not win any superlatives because in Seth's world, you know who wins Class Clown? That fucking guy that Summer dated that one episode. That's who wins Class Clown.
That's true. That's true. Okay,
what is his
Scott.
name? I forgot his name.
He doesn't need a name. What are your superlatives, Scott? First, we are going to give away.
First up, we have Best Eyebrows. And, ooh, gosh, this was a tight one. But the winner of Best Eyebrows is one Sanford Cohen.
Hair down. Yep.
Hair down?
I was going to say hands down, but hair's down.
Hair down.
It's just
eyebrow hair down. Woo woo.
His eyebrow hair is probably so long. If it were to fall, it would just cover his eyes.
That's true. Hey, Elise, you want to read?
Yeah.
You want to read the next one?
Yeah. So the most 2000s thing goes to, drum roll, please, Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton. Why were you in the show? I hated it
because it was 2000s.
Yep.
Okay, Scott. Other than yourself, who has the best fashion sense this season?
Oh, this was actually a very close one, and there's a couple outfits that this character wore that almost knocked them out of contention, but I have to give best fashion sense to Summer. Why can I never remember her last
Roberts.
name? Roberts.
Yeah.
Summer Roberts has the best fashion sense of season 1 of the OC. Some really choice outfits.
Okay.
Choice, as the fashion people
So
say.
next award is character most in need of a dog, because they just need something to love and take care of.
Yeah.
Except I think we've already seen that this person does not do good at loving things or taking care of things.
That's why they need a dog. That's the point.
They're going to kill the dog.
A dog would teach them how to be a human.
It would not. The dog would die. And Julie Cooper is going to kill said dog.
Well, then she would go to dog jail, and that would be better for everyone.
No. Okay, Scott, who is the worst kisser on the show?
Okay, let's be honest here. The worst kisser on the show is definitely Oliver, right? Like
Seth is the best.
100%.
According to all the women.
100%. Worst kisser, Oliver.
Oliver, yes.
Easy.
Yeah. So, Scott, based on all these characters, we think that the one most likely to vote for Trump.
Let's just pause here and give the audience time to answer this question, because I think they're going to get it all right, every single one of them. Character most likely to vote for Donald Trump in the presidential election is
KK.
It's Caleb. Obviously, not only would Caleb Nickel vote for Donald Trump, he would campaign for him.
Yeah, he'd give him a lot of money.
You know what I can see? I can see that stupid fucking red hat on Caleb Nickel's head, and it would feel right at home there.
Yeah, it probably would. Okay. Most likely to end up on The Bachelor.
Yeah,
Scott.
This is a big one. Bachelor and or Bachelorette.
That would be Marissa. I don't think she could be the Bachelorette, but she would definitely be on BIP.
How far into The Bachelor do you think Marissa Cooper would make it?
Oh, she'd get far, because she'd give drama and she'd be up on the alcohol all the time.
She would be drunk and she would be alcoholing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she would make it not to hometowns, not that far.
Oh, no.
Top
no
10.
way.
She'd make it to the top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and last and certainly not least, the award for best host. This is the award for best host of Whatcha Say, and this one goes to
the man who can't spell his name right. So it's Scoot.
You know what's funny, Elise?
What?
I made a typo because I was trying to type it while I was doing the show, but I was actually going to throw an audible, and I was going to give you the best host award, and it was going to be this really nice moment where you were like, "Oh, thank you." But then you just had to jump out in front of me just so you could laugh about how I accidentally typoed my name.
But you know
and
what?
Now you don't get it.
The best host isn't even in the room, because there's no one by the name of Scoot.
Here, I'm going to change it. Just a little freaking typo.
I love you.
Yeah, well, you could have been the best host. You could have been somebody.
I mean,
you chose.
I don't have to have a title to know I'm the best.
Oh, touche.
So,
all right,
there.
Elise, that is it for my superlatives for this year.
Okay.
Tune in next year for season 2 superlatives. Who's going to win best eyebrows? I don't know.
We'll see how Marissa's shape up. But we are going to give one more award, Scott.
It's time for relationship status.
The relationship of the season. So out of all of the relationships that have come and gone and stayed the same or grown, Scott, we're going to give one relationship the award of season 1.
The relationship of the season, and
that goes
the
to...
award goes to...
Drum roll.
Sandy
and Kirsten.
What?
Really? You're going to give it to Seth and Summer?
Yes.
No, it's it's Sandy and Kirsten.
What is going on here?
No, it's definitely Sandy Kirsten.
No. She cheated on him. Did Summer and Seth cheat on each other? No. Did Sandy and Kirsten, were they cheating there? Yes.
No.
Kirsten made out with her boyfriend from high school.
He kissed her.
Cheating. Cheating.
Seth
cheating.
went and made out with the prostitute in Las Vegas.
That's different. That was a hustle, and it's not his fault. That was a hustle.
And Summer was going to break up with Seth because her daddy said no.
But she didn't.
That you know of.
She didn't.
And then Seth treats her like crap whenever she tries to do what she can for the Nana.
I mean...
No, it's Sandy and Kirsten.
I don't know.
You were going to give it to Sandy and Kirsten last week, and then I was like, no, let's wait. We'll do one season. And then you changed in a week.
Well, yeah.
What's up with that? Scott, just make up your mind and stick with it.
I have. I made up my mind. You know who doesn't win relationship status? You and me right now.
Well, we were not in this season.
I was making a joke, babe. I was making a joke.
It wasn't a good one.
Jesus.
That's why you didn't win funniest.
So that's all we had for this week, Elise. Just some fun some fun times to be had with season 1 of the OC.
Yeah.
We do have some announcements.
Okay, please fill me in.
Well, you know these already. I'm talking to the microphone.
I know. I'm talking to you like, hey, fill me in.
Well, but you know already.
Like I'm trying to make it playful banter.
You're
Like,
lying.
oh yeah, share. Go ahead.
I just wish you wouldn't lie to our audience. Like, they trust you, and you just like betray their trust constantly. So, I've obviously have just finished season 1 of the OC. We are not going to start into season 2 right away. We are going to take a little bit of a break. The reason we're taking this break is, well, because I'm extremely busy with a lot of my other shows right now.
Yeah.
But also, we have, for a while now, felt like we need to change up the format of the show a little bit. And this is mostly as a result of who the people are that are listening to it. There's a lot of people that listen to this that enjoy the OC, but there are a lot of people that listen to it that just enjoy you and me. And I want to finish watching the OC, and we're going to finish watching the OC. This show will remain an episode-by-episode discussion of the OC, but we are not going to talk about it in the level of detail and summary that we have been in the past.
Guys, we're going to lose my song. Beep, 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 beep.
No one's going to miss that song.
I don't think we're going to do the beep, 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 beep.
And I think
anymore.
The plan in talking about it is going to be kind of relating it back to us a little bit more and not just talking about the show by itself.
We'll figure it out.
I've also got some plans. I'd love to bring in some audio clips and like play those in the middle of the show, but it's really hard to like make those kind of structural choices like in the middle of trying to run the show while you've got a bunch of other stuff on. So we're taking a break. We will be back. We'll probably do some fun bonus stuff here and there throughout the next month or so as we kind of tool the show. But we're taking a break. So we'll be back and we'll announce as soon as we know when we'll return with season 2 and our new format. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be Elise and I just doing what we do. Maybe just a little bit less focus on the minutia of each episode of the Orange County.
I think that sounds great, Scott. So that's it, Scott. That's all we have time for this week. So if you like this podcast, you can check out all the other shows that we do over at doofmedia.com. And you can also consider donating to our Patreon over at patreon.com/doofmedia.
You did it. I'm so proud. 27
have to do it
episodes
once for you. Yeah.
Also, if you happen to be listening via Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, why don't you head right on over there and click that 5-star button and then type in "I love Scott and Elise more than anything in the world." Period. Press enter. Send. That'd be great.
Except, you know what?
What?
I hope that you love yourself more than you love us. I think
love
it's really
yourself.
important to love yourself.
But okay, so maybe like you, but then like right below you, just like right like a little bit below you.
Yeah. We can be
me.
We can be number 2.
And Elise.
If you
right
are
there.
you yourself are number 1.
Yeah. Number 1. You know, you're number 1 to me, Elise. You are number 1.
But that goes against everything that I wanted to say. I think you should love yourself.
I mean, I do. Me. I'm just a solid number 2 on that scale. Just a good old number 2.
I don't think that's healthy. I'd like to be number 2. Can I please be number 2?
I can't do that. I can't just stop loving
Can we be tied for number 1?
I can't quit you.
Can we be tied?
No. There's no ties in baseball.
Well, this isn't baseball. This is life.
It's all the same, baby.
No, it's not.
All right, guys. We will see you in about a month and a half. Something like that. I don't know yet. We'll see you later. Just stay subscribed because new fun stuff will come out. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
I love you too.
I was talking to the audience.
I was talking to you.
Well, that's awkward.